Milk procurement through farmer is done with the help of VLC, VSP, DSC, BMC, MCC. Milk procurement through farmers. Before getting into the system for milk procurement through farmers, let me brief you about the functionality and features of the same. The collection of farmer milk is done at collection center at village level. Village Level Collection Center, VLC. The milk is collected with the help of AMCU, Automatic Milk Collection Unit, that comprises of EWS, Electronic Weighing Scale, DPU, Data Processing Unit, and Milk Analyzer. The milk is weighed by EWS and FAT and SNF is tested by Milk Analyzer and recorded in the DPU. The DPU has inbuilt price chart and the total milk payment is calculated, recorded, and a payment slip is printed with the help of DPU. This farmer payment data can be fetched directly from DPU and saved in centralized server if the DPU is GPRS enabled. The same process is applicable at all VLCs across the system. Now, this collected milk is transferred to the MCC, Milk Chilling Center, with the help of transporter vehicle. If the DPU is not GPRS enabled, then the DPU data can be transferred with the help of pen drive with transporter. The transporter maintains the truck sheet and noted the amount of milk along with fat and SNF content received from individual VLCs. The pen drive and the truck sheet are handed over to the MCC in charge on arrival at MCC. This system can be integrated with any GPS devices, which can track the movement of the vehicle along with the actual kilometer travelled. The quality of milk deteriorates with the time, so it becomes very critical for management to get the raw milk to their chilling centers and processing plants at the earliest. With the help of GPS, we can track each and every movement of the vehicle and take the corrective action wherever is required. In FMCG, vertical and specially in dairy industries, there is a huge cost towards the transportation also. We have well enough control in the system to track the freight payment to transporters. Once we have GPS-enabled system with ERP, the actual traveling of vehicle is tracked and the transportation cost can be minimized to the tune of 10 to 15%. A mobile application is available for the transporter and VSP to input the time of milk dispatch from one VLC to another. It is just to make sure that we have all the relevant data required for the analysis purpose. All the vehicles from all different routes reached at chilling centers after collecting data from all VLC with pen drive data and truck sheets also. As the milk is collected into 2 shifts, that is morning and evening, we need to open the shift at MCC level first. On the milk reception at MCC, the milk is weighed with the help of EWS and sample is taken out for the testing of milk characteristics. The system is integrated with EWS and the weight is captured directly from the EWS into the system. The sample is tested by chemist with the help of Milk Analyzer, which is again integrated with our system so that the parameters like fat, SNF, density, added water content, etc. can be captured directly without manual interventions. In case of some exceptions like problem in analyzer, issue in connectivity of analyzer with system, etc., the milk parameters can be captured manually also, but with approval from head office through system only. In this case, we can have reports like which and how many samples are tested manually and automatically at MCC level. The system support both type of milk price charts like single axis and double axis. These charts are again mapped at MCC, route, VSP level, and once the sample is tested for fat, SNF and recorded in the system. The payment to be made to VSP will be calculated and recorded in the system. Once all the vehicles has arrived at MCC and collection along with testing is completed, the pen drive data needs to be imported into the system and entry of truck sheet will be made. The MCC in charge will close the shift after this and no modifications are allowed in the shift. At the closing of shift, the user has to enter the opening and closing km reading of vehicles to calculate the actual km travelled by the vehicle. But in case of GPS integration, the kilometers travelled can be captured directly from the vehicle itself. Apart from collecting milk from farmers, VSP, societies, we also sell cattle feeds, veterinary medicines and issue assets to these farmers, VSP, societies. The system has the provision to address all these, and at the time of payment process, the net payment for farmers, VSP, societies for milk collected and the items sold during the payment cycle can be made. The collected milk at MCC will now be dispatched from the chilling center to the processing plants with the dispatch challan, and the receiving at the plants will be done against this challan. The system is integrated with accounts and finance, so all the financial entries like purchase voucher, sale voucher gets generated through milk procurement module only, and there is no need to enter at any other level. Apart from these, the auto SMS to farmer, producer, MCC in charge, management can also be configured within this system. In order to handle all, we have following masters, transactions and reports. By clicking on Milk Procurement MCC module, you can see 3 links: Setup, MCC Transaction and Reports. Click here on Setup to find various masters. These are MCC Master, Milk Route Master, Village Master, VSP Master, VLC Master and many more. Let us see some major masters used in this module. MP Master. It is used to store the basic information about the milk producer or farmers. Apart from the basic information, we capture details of milch animals with the milk available for sale. This is one of the important masters used in this module. MCC Master. It is used to capture all details of MCC, that is, Milk Chilling Center. MCC can be of 3 types: company-owned, leased and chilling basis. For leased and chilling basis MCC, we need to create vendor also and map with the MCC. All information of MCC, vendor related to bank, payment security etc. are mentioned in tabs like bank details, security details etc. Other details related to employees, area bank guarantee, asset issued can be seen from other tabs as shown at the top of the screen. Next important screen is VSP Master. It captures information related VSP, that is, Village Service Provider. VSPs are created as vendor in the system. Information related to EMP, Service Charge, Payment Cycle, incentives are tagged here in VSP Master. EMP is extra milk payment, which is given to VSP as a commission. Since system captures details of trip saver also, there is provision to create dummy VSP and tag it as drip saver. Each MCC will have such VSP in order to take care of drip saving. Other details like head load, own asset is also mentioned at VSP master level. Based on its settings at VSP master, any benefit related to head load and own asset is provided to VSP at the time of receiving milk from him. In case we have received any security or bank guarantee from VSP, then it can be seen in Security tab and Bank Guarantee tab. If any asset is issued to VSP, then it can be viewed from Asset Details tab. VLC Master. VLC Master is to create VLC, that is, Village Level Collection. All information related to various VLC is mentioned in VLC Master. There is provision to tag one VSP to one VLC. VSP and VLC has one-to-one relation. These VLCs are tagged only to those MCC which receive milk from them. One MCC can be tagged by various VLCs. Milk Route Master. It captures information related to various routes through which milk is collected. Each MCC is defined to have a route. So in Route Master, there is provision to tag MCC. Route is basically collection of all VLC. So each route is tagged with multiple VLC, and thus route is tagged to MCC. At the time of collection at MCC, it collects milk mainly from the VLC of its own route. VLC are tagged in another tab of VLC details. Now, Primary Transporter Vehicle Master. Primary transporters are those transporters which carry milk from various VLCs to MCC. All detailed information related to primary transporter is captured in Primary Transporter Master. These transporters are created as vendors in the system. They carry milk in their vehicle on a particular route. All the vehicles used by primary transporter are defined here in Primary Transporter Vehicle Master. As we can see here, there are 5 methods to calculate freight of transporter, which are mentioned here under basis of freight payments. At a time, only one criteria can be selected. Freight of transporter is created based on selected criteria and is paid later on. For example, if rate per kilometer at master level and transporter has travelled 70 km in order to get milk to MCC, then provision will be created for 70 km as per rate defined in master. Similarly, rest all options are taken care. Price Chart Uploader. This is the master related to financials. Price chart information is uploaded in the system through this screen. We have been provided an Excel sheet having rate of milk based on fat and SNF present in matrix form XXX. Each price code is attached to various MCC and gets automatically attached to its subsequent VSP. This is mainly used to calculate price of milk received at various MCC from VLC. While uploading price chart, it validates fat SNF percent and fat SNF ratio with rate mentioned at master level. If Excel sheet provided matches the standard rate mentioned in master, then it allows to upload price chart. price chart uploaded is tagged to MCC and its respective VLC. This price chart will be used at the time of receiving milk at MCC in order to pay VSP. And now something about Incentive Master. This screen is used to set incentive for various VSPs. All information related to various incentives are mentioned here in this master. N number of incentives can be created for either quantity-based, slab-based, TS-based. Incentives are mapped at MCC level. All VSP attached to MCC have same incentive by default, but can be changed at VSP level. Incentives are applied while invoice is being created for VSP, and it gets added to the invoice of VSP. Now, some target-based master. VLC Target Master. Targets of VSP is defined here in Target Master. In VLC Target Master, we set day-wise targets of all VSP, morning and evening. Target to receive milk from various VSPs for particular date range. Based on target defined, we see a report which shows variation in target and actual milk received. Now, let us see some of the important transactions of this module, which caters the functionality of this module. As you can see, we have various transactions in this module. Let me explain you few important transactions. Transactions. As mentioned earlier, milk is mostly collected from farmers in 2 shifts, morning, evening. In our system, we need to open the shift first so that collection can be done shift-wise. For opening any shift, it is mandatory to close previous shift. MCC Shift Open. As you can see, this screen is used to open MCC shift. Here, user will select MCC for which shift is to be opened. Then, he will select shift and shift date. At the time of opening shift, user will enter the current opening quantity of milk at particular MCC with fat percent and SNF percent. Fat kg and SNF kg gets calculated automatically and shown on screen. Once shift is opened, system is ready to collect milk at MCC. In case of a holiday, user need to mark it as milk holiday. When marked as milk holiday, shift is opened and closed automatically. Sometimes there is problem at any MCC and its milk need to be collected at some other MCC. In that case, we need to uncheck regular checkbox. As soon as it is unchecked, system will ask user to enter MCC where milk is to be received physically. In this case, milk stock will increase at that MCC which is selected as receiving MCC. But all bills of VSP will be generated for MCC whose shift is opened. Once shift is opened, collection of milk can be done using milk receipt screen. Milk receipt. Milk which is received at VLC from various farmers are then sent to MCC for further testing and chilling. These VLC lie a particular route and that is tagged with MCC. Milk collected at VLC in various cans is sent to MCC in a vehicle. As soon as the vehicle starts from one VLC, the transporter enters its confirmation to start from that VLC in mobile app. This mobile app is integrated with our ERP and will update its status in ERP. Also, data of GPS gets synced with ERP as soon as vehicle starts from VLC. Once the vehicle reaches MCC, collection of milk gets started at MCC level. With the help of milk receipt screen, we can capture the weight of milk. As we can see the screen, here we have option to capture the weight of milk from machine connected to it. Auto-calculated weight gets displayed in red color at top. User will select all required fields like MCC, route VLC and number of cans and press F2. Weight displayed at top gets displayed to milk weight field in screen. Now user can press double arrow button and whole data gets displayed in grid with a unique sample number. Unique sample number denotes milk of each VLC. As soon as sample number is generated, the milk sample is physically collected in tube for next level of testing with its sample no marked. In case there are some cans of those VLC that are not attached to the selected route of MCC, then user will select option Other. This will display all VLC in Finder, irrespective of selected MCC and route. In case vehicle which has come to MCC is not attached to selected route, then user will select option of Other vehicle and all vehicles will come in Finder which are not attached with selected route. If machine is not connected, then the weight of milk manual entry is also possible. When required, user can see which all entries are manual and which are automatic. This completes the process of milk weighment. In case there is no internet connectivity, then weighment can be done in offline mode also. Once connectivity is through, the data of MCC gets synced automatically at HO. As soon as milk receipt is done, a document number is generated which represents all samples of milk with its weight. Once weighment is done, it is sent to QC section where fat, SNF and some other parameters are tested. Sample testing is done by another screen milk sample. Milk sample. Milk sample is tested here in this screen. Eco Pro machines attached can be seen at the top of screen. Milk receipt number generated at the time of weighment is taken as reference in this screen. As we can see, there are two sections for sample testing in single screen. At a time, maximum 2 Eco Pro machines can be attached to system, and sample testing is done based on range defined for each Eco Pro machine. User will select the document which stores weighment details of milk from milk receipt code field. All samples will be displayed in fat SNF details grid. Now, user will select the sample in grid and physically keep the same sample under the Eco Pro machine physically. Machine will record fat, SNF, DEN, protein, AWM and display in red color at the top. As soon as user presses F8, record displayed at top gets displayed in grid for the selected sample. If machine is not connected, then manual value can be entered for fat, SNF and other parameters. Now, based on the price chart uploaded, system calculates rate of milk and thus payment due for VSP is recorded. EMP is also calculated at this point of time and gets added in milk amount. Milk stock is also impacted in the system at this point of time. Provision of all VSP gets booked at this moment only. If any MCC has 2 Eco Pro machines, then system has provision to capture data from both machines simultaneously. Samples generated at weighment level gets distributed here in sampling section and testing is done in faster way. This is the process of milk collection and testing. Now, once the collection and testing is completed, each shift needs to be closed. For closing the shift, we have another screen as milk shift end. Milk shift end. This screen is used to end milk shift. For closing any shift, we need to take care of following activities. Number 1. All collection of that shift is done. Number 2. All sampling of collected milk is done. As we can see, the screen user need to fill details of all transporters and vehicle of related route in Route Detail tab. User mentions details related to actual distance travelled by vehicle in grid along with any deduction which needs to be applied for transporter. In case GPS is integrated to system, the distance travelled will come automatically in this screen under actual distance travelled. Transporter will be paid according to this distance only. Let's see the tab Documents and Deductions. In this tab, all VSP along with its document are shown whose collection is done for selected MCC and shift. If any kind of penalty to be applied is to VSP, then user can enter it in shift penalty column. At the time of shift end, provision for payment is created for transporters and VSPs based on the deduction supplied. Once shift end is done, no further collection or sampling can be done for that shift. While doing shift end, there are 2 more activities which needs to be done by user. A. Milk truck sheet. B. VLC data uploader. Each transporter carries a hard copy named truck sheet, which has data of milk he is carrying with him. User has provision to do data entry of truck sheet in system. This will help to calculate the variance report between what was sent and what was received. Milk truck sheet. As soon as user clicks on truck sheet, this screen gets opened. Here user will captures data of truck sheet which is provided by transporter. Transporter provides a hard copy which contains milk details of all VLC whose milk is being transported to MCC. It contains details like VSP name, VLC name, milk quantity, fat and SNF. User will enter all details here in screen, and this can be later compared from milk received at MCC from various VLCs. Another document is VLC data uploader. VLC data uploader. This screen will be used by user to upload village level collection data. Milk received at various VLC is saved in DPU machine. Its data is exported in a file in encrypted form. The file contains details of all MPs whose milk is collected at various VLC. File has all data like MP, VLC, milk quantity, fat and SNF. All the data is in encrypted form. This file is directly uploaded in the system using this screen. User will select the file by clicking on Browse option. As soon as file is selected, user will click on Go button. All data will be displayed in below panel. In left side, all VLCs are displayed which are there in uploaded document. As user clicks on VLC, its respective data of all MPS data are displayed on right panel. This can also be used to compare milk received at VLC and milk received at MCC. Upcoming feature. Data of DPU will be directly uploaded in the system without using pen drive of DPU. Without using pen drive of DPU. ERP will remotely get connected to DPU and will capture data from machine and import it in above screen. This is end of milk collection process. Now, milk collected at various MCC needs to be dispatched to other MCC plant. In order to handle this, we have another screen as tanker dispatch. Tanker dispatch. Milk dispatched from MCC to plant or other MCC is captured through this screen. Here, there are three kinds of transfer. Number 1. Transfer milk from MCC directly to plant. Number 2. Transfer milk from one MCC to another MCC. Number 3. Transfer milk from one MCC to plant by collecting milk from other MCCs in between. For first two conditions, user will select tanker number, MCC from where milk is to be transferred, and plant, MCC, where milk is to be transferred. Weight is directly captured from weighbridge, which is connected to system. Milk weight is considered as net weight, that is, gross weight minus tare weight. If weighbridge is not connected, then manual entry can also be done. Milk which is dispatched is first tested in QC department. Most of QC parameters like fat, SNF, DEN, protein, AWM, etc. are captured automatically from machine. Some parameters like taste, color, etc. are entered manually. All QC parameters are displayed in grid. User will select price chart based on which milk price is transferred. Freight provision for transporter is captured automatically as milk is transferred from one location to another. For third condition, user has to click intermittent. As soon as it is clicked, user has to define the level. That is, how many MCC will come in between before reaching destination, and also mention last destination. In intermittent process, milk just gets added as MCCs. Tare weight captured at first level and is considered till second last level. At final destination, milk is finally transferred to silo and tare weight is taken. As mentioned earlier, sale of items like cattle feed, medicines, etc. are sold to VSP through this module only. Here is the screen with name MCC Material Sale. MCC Material Sale. In order to use this functionality, all VSPs are first created as customers also, and then mapping is done between customer and vendor. Here, user will select VSP who are mapped as customer also. Items will be selected at grid level and quantity needs to be entered. If tax is applicable, then tax group will be selected by user. Rate of all items are already decided in price chart. So using this screen, items can be sold to VSPs. At the time of payment to VSP, this sale is also considered to get the net payment due for VSP. VSP item issue. This module also takes care of issue of items like paper roll, procurement sheet, etc. to VSP. Here, user will select VSP in issued to field. In grid, he will select items to be issued and its quantity. All items issued to VSP are entered in system. There is separate screen from where debit note gets created for all kinds of issue given to VSP. This debit note gets adjusted at the time of payment process of VSP. Now comes billing and payment process for VSPs. Here we have separate screen to generate bills for VSP. Each VSP is mapped with payment cycle and based on that, bills are generated. For example, if any VSP has 10 days as its billing cycle, then 3 bills will be generated in a month. First 2 bills will be of 10 days and last bill will take care of days less than 10 or more than 10. VSP bills and incentive processing. In this screen, as we can see, there is option to select month, MCC, VSP and date. User will select VSP for whom he has to create invoice. In from date field, date will come according to payment cycle attached with VSP. Clicking on Generate Bill will create all bills of selected VSP of selected month in one go. If any VSP is having payment cycle of 10 days, then 3 bills will be generated for him for the selected month. While creating bills, all kind of payments like of EMP, extra milk payment, incentive and deductions are taken care of. Once bills are generated, next step is to make payments to all VSPs. For this, we have another screen with name Payment Process. Payment Process. For creating payment, all kind of transaction of VSP like invoice, credit note, debit note are taken care and net balance is being paid to VSP. Here, user will select MCC, payment cycle and click on Go button. All invoices will be displayed in grid for selected VSP and payment cycle. Along with invoices, user can see all kinds of sales done to VSP, item issue, deductions and credit notes. Based on above documents, system calculates net payment to be done to VSP. User has option to change deduction amount manually in order to increase payment amount. As soon as user clicks process button, payments for VSPs are created in the system automatically in one go. Details of invoices, sales, issue, deductions and credit notes can be seen in above tabs. Some special features. Number 1. Auto Sync. System has special feature of auto sync. In case of no connectivity of internet, all activities of milk collection and sampling at various MCC is done offline. As soon as internet connectivity is available, all data gets synced to main server without any manual intervention. Number 2. Direct data collection from DPU installed at various VLCs. Reports. Here are some important reports of MCC procurement like monthly VLC procurement, tanker variation, milk register and many more. Monthly VLC procurement. This report will give monthly procurement done by any VLC. As we can see the output of report, it gives us total procurement done on daily basis in terms of quantity, fat and SNF. This screen shows monthly VLC procurement data for a selected data range. Tanker variation report. This report basically shows variation in milk which is dispatched from MCC and received at plate MCC. Variation is mainly seen based on quantity, fat and SNF. Village Slip Report. This report shows milk received from village shift-wise. This report shows VLC target. VSP VLC Variation Report. This report basically shows variation in milk received at VLC, milk carried by transporter and finally milk received at MCC. MCC Milk Register. As we can see, this report gives details of each shift of MCC related to milk procured. It contains all data like MCC, VLC, milk weight received, fat percentage, SNF percentage, milk type, rate of milk, milk amount to be paid to VSP based on just collection. Low Procurement Report. This report basically lists all VLC where collection of milk is below average. User has the option to enter milk quantity below which he wants to see procurement. In report output, we can see the details of VLC and VSP who has procured less than the required quantity. MCC Summary Report. MCC Summary Report mainly gives summary of milk received at various MCC day-wise. As we can see the output, it shows summary of milk in quantity fat kg and SNF kg. This complete Milk Procurement MCC module.